right, Shalom, Shalom. We're gonna check the feed and we're gonna make sure we coming through loud and clear. Should be good.
Yeah, we good.
Yep. All right, so first and foremost, before we get started, as always, we're giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Wakakadash. All right, Yahweh is the true name of our Heavenly Father, whom the word we know is God, Jehovah, Yahweh. All right, Yahweh Shai is the name of his only begotten Son, our King, Lord and Savior, whom the world equally knows is Jesus Christ. Ba'ashem, Wakakadash is in the name of the Holy Spirit, and it's the inspiration given to us to edify those that have been given the ears to hear. All right, double honors to the apostles, elder bishops, and elders at Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to you, hopeful elect brethren, faithfully and diligently preaching this word with fear and trembling. Shalom to the believers that subscribe and listen to this truth wholeheartedly through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. All right. So we got a live. Lesson, as you see. I've entitled "The Image is Speaking Clearly." Right, the image is speaking clearly, and what we're talking about, the image of the beast. All right, the image of the beast. All right, which is ultimately the so-called New World Order. All right, the Fourth Industrial Revolution. And the beast is what? The beast is Esau Edom, pretty much. Okay, coming in the form of NATO and EU, and which he fashioned his government today, all right, after the what? The ancient Roman Empire, okay? And now we see in the time that we're living in, it's the time of the end, right? Where the prophet Habakkuk say, what? In the end it shall speak, okay? And not lie, which Esau Edom has set up, this agenda to establish a one world government. All right, a new world order, all right, which pretty much he'll be in total control of everybody on the planet Earth by means of his philosophies, ultimately that microchip, okay, the Quran, all right. So we're gonna get into it. All right, we're gonna start with the Psalms. And then we'll go from there to Habakkuk. And Lord, will you be edified?
This Psalms 2 and verse 1, it said, "Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing?"
Yeah, why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? Right? And that number one amongst the heathen is Esau Edom, whose wicked imagination has ran rapid in the earth. And he thinks that his order is going to stand, which ultimately all he brings forth is chaos. And that's what you see constantly going on throughout the earth, chaos and confusion, okay? And that's one of his number one philosophies, okay? And how he obtains his power is that he creates chaos and confusion, all right? And then he creates a false sense of hope and a false sense of security. Like he sets himself up to be the Most High, to be the one to save humanity, and he's the one that's destroying it. Okay, so everything that he composes and concocts in his mind to do is all vain. Okay, because the Lord has him by the strings. All right, and shalom to the brothers on the coming board. Shalom, Kazak, Bon Yahawada. I see the brother tuning in, the water. And we're going to get that word image first in the blue letter, right? Imagine, yep.
This the word imagine in the Hebrew Hagah, which means to mourn. This on online biblical usage. One, to mourn, growl, utter, muse, mutter, meditate, devise.
Yep, meditate, devise.
Plot.
Yep, plot.
Speak.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So, everything that Esau Edom has thought out in his mind, the Lord said it's a vain thing. Right? For him to actually think that he's going to be the one to have total and utter control over the planet Earth by the means of his philosophy, he's lost his damn mind, man. But the Lord, again, like the brother Nabal always say, he got him in a trick bag and got him, fancying himself as the Most High. Like there's no power, what the scriptures say. The brother, the pride of thy heart, from the brother Kazak, born Yahweh, the water brother. Obadiah 1 and 3, the pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, hence Caucasian, all right, whose habitation is high, that said in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? All right, it says, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and thou set thy nest amongst the stars, thence will I bring thee down, said the Lord Yahweh. The Most High gonna bring this man down, and he's gonna bring him down by the means of exposing him, okay, and it's showing the world, particularly the elect, are going to see it because they have the eyes to see, showing the world the wicked agenda of this man. Yeah. All right, and so he's at that point now where he's reached the height, he's reached the pinnacle, he's ascended into the heavens and set his nest amongst the stars. So we see everything through the Holy Spirit because the Lord has elevated us above this man. Okay. Oh, matter of fact, get that in Job real quick, right? About how the Lord maketh us wiser than the fowls of heaven. Okay, because the eagle is the #1 predator bird, and as you see, as we had this thumbnail, it's inspired by the lesson that Apostle Tahar done, right? Which you see the image, the aerial view of Washington D.C. as depicted. They have a design in the form of an owl. Okay, now the owl is the 3rd highest predator bird. When you go into the top ranked predator birds, it's the eagles, and then it's the falcon, and then it's the owl, man. Okay, and Lord will, the Spirit permits, we're going to get into some of the characteristics, but particularly is describing Esau, Edom, and Obadiah as what? The eagle. Yep. Now the eagle is the #1 predator bird. Now let's see what the Lord had the Spirit on Job to say. Where you at?
Job 35.
Job 35. Yep.
Yeah, this Job 35 and 11. Let me start up.
Started 10. Yeah, start 1 verse up.
Job 35 and 10. But none said, where is the Most High my maker?
But none said, where is the Most High my maker? Just like the precept you got, who seeth us? Yeah, it's Isaiah. Yep. We'll get that. Because that's ultimately what the wicked and the heathen say. Because the elect are always looking for the Most High. The hopeful elect, they're constantly meditating and thinking upon the Lord and doing the things that please Him. Committing and dedicating their lives to the will of the Heavenly Father. But the heathen and the ungodly, their mindset is, read it again.
Yeah, it said Job 35 and 10. But none said, where is the Most High my maker? Mm-hmm. Who giveth songs in the night?
Yep.
Who teacheth us more than the beasts of the earth, mm-hmm. and make us wiser than the fowls of heaven.
See, he maketh us wiser than the fowls of heaven. So as Esau, he fancied himself, the hierarchy and the aristocratic class of people, pretty much he exalts himself above all the other nations, and actually physically and resourcefully, physically anyway, because #1 resource is wisdom, but physically dealing with assets and resources, he is #1. But when it comes to wisdom, he's a base man. He's a beast. Yeah. You got something? You got something? Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to continue on that the Psalms 2nd chapter.
Okay, go ahead.
Psalms 2 and 1. It said, why do the heathen rage and the people imagine vain things.
Mm-hmm.
The kings of the earth sit themselves, and the rulers take counsels together against the Lord
Yeah.
and against his anointed, saying,
That's heavy. See, they set themselves together, so they set up these councils. All right, and particularly the councils are set against who? The anointed. The anointed being Jacob. All right, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Hispanics. All right, according to the Bible, all right, you the true Hebrew Israelites. Okay, your story, specifically your history, your ancestry, okay, it fits the prophecies like a shoe, like a Cinderella slipper, man. All right, so that's how we know who the Lord's chosen people are, which again, that word anointed goes into chosen. You got it.
The verse 3, Psalms 2 and 3, it said, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. And this the point. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh. The Lord shall have them in derision.
Yeah. And that's what's going on right now, as the Lord is speaking through his holy men that he set up on the planet Earth, as it said in Jeremiah 28 and 8, right? The prophets that have been before and before thee of old prophesied against many countries of war, evil, and pestilence.
Yeah.
Well, these wars are being dictated by the elites. Okay, the jab, the virus, the inoculations. Okay, all of those are the wicked plans of the elite, as their agenda is to establish a new world order again. What do? They create chaos and confusion.
Yep.
As now they're starting to say that the cases are coming back, you know, and the lockdowns are about to come on the rise. The famines, the food shortages are picking up. You know, you seeing the stores are having less inventory, man.
They get louder every time.
You got it, bro.
Yeah, this Psalms 21 and 11. It say, for they intend evil against thee. They imagine a mischievous device.
Woo, they imagine, that's going into the plot. See, they go to the word imagine, right?
They imagine, yep.
They imagine a mischievous.
With some, evil.
Yep.
What is that? The NWO.
Yep.
You know? It said they imagine a mischievous device which they are not able to perform.
Yep. And the reason they're not going to be able to perform it is because the Lord is going to intervene. The Spirit of the Lord is going to expose them, right? So that it's not going to catch the elect off guard. Everything really is being exposed so far as Esau's plans for the mercy and the salvation of the elect, you know, out of you seeds of Jacob. All right, again, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Hispanics. Because again, remember, his counsel is against the anointed. All right, we're gonna get into that counsel, right? Because that counsel is a part of his image. You got it?
You want me to get that Habakkuk?
Yep. That's right, brother. Kazak born Yahweh, Isaiah 47 and 3, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man.
Okay.
Yep.
You want me to start it?
The vision is for a appointed time. You just start right there at 3. Yep.
Yeah, this Habakkuk 2 and 3, for the vision is yet for appointed time. And I want to say that word vision goes to divine communications and prophecies, oracles.
Yeah.
Which is in the Hebrew chazawan.
Yep.
So for this, for the vision is
because they call a prophet seers.
Yeah.
Another name for prophets is seers or visionaries. All right, which we get these visions and these prophetic, prophetic divine wisdom from Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right, go ahead.
Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the vision is yet for a appointed time, but at the end it's a speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry.
Go ahead.
Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him.
So that's like a warning. You know, when you go into that word behold, look it up real quick. It's almost like watch. Okay? Watch. So a part of being faithful and waiting on the Lord is watching the events that's going on around us, so that we won't, like the Lord said, let no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name. And Esau Edom is the main nation of people that comes try to come in the likeness of the Most High. As they painted the images of the Lord and all of the saints like themselves. Okay,
Yeah.
that was an act of blasphemy. Okay, and that was him covering the faces of the true judges of the planet Earth. Go ahead, read that again from the top. Verse 4.
Yeah, Habakkuk 2 and 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith.
So what did it say for behold, right?
Yeah, behold is hana, it meaning to see.
To see, watch. Behold, watch. His soul. So this is a warning. Like, this is another way that Habakkuk is saying, warning us to watch the man that's not upright. Right? That's Esau Edom, man.
Yeah, this the New Oxford American Dictionary of the word behold. It says see or observe.
Yep.
A thing or person, especially a remarkable or impressive one.
Right.
Yeah.
So what's that, 2 Corinthians?
Yeah, I had that 2 and
11.
Yeah.
You can grab it real quick. Okay. So that's how the Lord has set us up with this wisdom. Specifically, what we're watching for is our enemies and how they move, because they move in secrecy. All right, they move in darkness.
Yeah.
Okay, like when you read Job 35 and 10, it says the Lord has given us songs in the night, right? So it's like, when you even look at the time, which I don't want to get too far off the topic, but this is like a side note. When you look at the time when we were in slavery, a lot of times we would be singing for comfort. All right, singing for comfort. But the song that we're getting now is the understanding of the scriptures. Like this book, all right, these prophecies are likened unto a song. Okay, that help us see and comfort us in the times where our enemies are on the attack, man. You got it, bro.
This 2 Corinthians 2 and 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices.
So we're not ignorant of his imaginations, right?
Yep.
His plans, his plots. Okay.
Yeah, that what it say. Let me play in the Greek.
Strong's G 3540. Naima.
Right, that's in the Greek, Naima. It say an evil purpose, that which thinks the mind, thoughts, or purposes. So pretty much what his device is, which is what wicked. And his device is his NWO, man, going toward the inner.
Yep.
Man, what's that? Yellow Jacket.
Walk.
Yeah, come, but the elect gonna prevail.
But you got all type of mechanical. It might be one of them jacks. This might be one of them mechanical motherfuckers. He got all type of shit. Esau got all type of inventions, man. And like the scriptures say, his eyes are set privily against the poor. His agenda is solely to destroy Jake. All right. So if we don't watch, as Habakkuk say, behold, and think this man is, as he deems himself, white, which means pure, innocent, that's the covering. That's the covering. Because the scriptures identify the wicked Esau Edom as the red man. All right. It describes all of his intentions. It describes all of his characteristics. He's a cunning hunter, and what he hunts the best is your mind and your soul. He really, that's what, when you really get into the elites and their left hand sorcery, they're going after your soul, man. All right, to turn you into that. What he got? That's it. Wisdom of Solomon, 2nd chapter. Therefore, let us wait for the righteous.
Lion week.
lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn, and he is clean contrary to our doings. He upbraided us with our offending the law, and objected to our infamy, the transgressions of our education. Right? When you go into that word infamy, it means being famous for evil deeds, for being famous for wickedness, really. Okay? And that's exactly the mind. See, we saw the second chapter with the brother brought out. That's really going into how the elites think. You know? We'll read the next. Yeah, one more.
Yeah, especially the 5th chapter too. You know.
Yep. Yep. He said he was made to reprove our thoughts. So they let you know, the elites know when they see us out here and they see these videos, they know really what time it is, man. All right. But they know that there's a very few of us versus the masses that they still have in their grasp. So they like, well, we got the numbers. More people believe us than the people that believe him. So he thinks he's winning. But the Lord said, hey, few shall be saved.
Right.
You know? It's a small number.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I had Psalm 64:1.
Okay.
Yeah, this is Psalm 64:1, a Psalm of David. It said, hear my voice, O power, in my prayer, preserve my life from the fear of the enemy. It said, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked.
Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked.
Yep.
Go ahead.
From the insurrection of the workers of iniquity.
Which pretty much today is known as the Illuminati. The secret counsel of the wicked is known as the Illuminati. Right? That's what they call themselves. But on a on the forefront, you know, it's your what? Your wealths. I don't want to say it, you know, your dub EFs, your dub HOs. All right, your CDCs, you know, all these different organizations.
Yeah.
All right, that dictate and govern you. Okay, even the FDA. You know, then you got the of course, the NATO and the EU is what makes up the beast today, man. All right, which NATO is the military might, and the EU is the economic side. In the political side of it, okay?
Yeah.
You got it, bro.
This is the NOT of Psalm 64:2. It said, hide me from the plots of this evil mob, from this gang of wrongdoing.
This evil mob.
Yep. And I want to get that word mob in the etymology.
Yep.
This the word mob, it means a gang of I mean a gang of criminals working together.
Criminals, right? You get that word crimson.
Yeah.
You know, which the Lord, he got a sense of humor because he even made this man the color of crime. You know, you the color of crime, man. Crime is because normally violent crimes especially end in bloodshed. All right, and this man, his blood shows forth through his skin. Is a part. It's like a nugget. It's a part of the Lord dropping a nugget for us to identify who he is. Okay. So again, his whole thing was to try to hide his identity, take on our identity as his own. All right, to try to deceive the masses of the people into believing that he's the Most High. Yeah. Okay. And I notice it so much, man. Like Jake's attitude towards Esau Edom is completely different than it is towards any other nation, especially Jake's own people. They treat each other like shit. But Jake could change their whole monotone, their whole you know, they'll change the way they talk in front of Esau. You know, I was in this store doing delivery, and the Jake woman, she in there making a transaction with Esau Edom, and then when she leaves, she like, all right, see you later, friend. Like, This nigga don't like you. This nigga hates you. He just wanna suck you dry, take all your money, and keep giving you poison.
Well, that's Eve and the serpent, though.
Huh?
I said that Eve and the serpent.
And the serpent, yeah, of course. But not even just Eve, the Jake, simping nigga do it too. He's heavy. He has been bewitched. Jake as a whole has been bewitched, man, under the spell of Esau Edom. Mesmerized by this man. You got to go out. You go back to Habakkuk when you finish that. You got
Okay, go back to Habakkuk.
Yep.
Yeah. I'll pick back up at 4.
Yep.
This Habakkuk 2 and 4. It said, "Behold, his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Yet also, because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man, neither keeping a home, who lodges his desire in hell, and is his death, and cannot be satisfied, but gat unto him all nations, and heap unto him all people."
Now, like no other, because it says he keepeth unto himself all nations, man. All right, and it says he cannot be satisfied because he wants total control. Now, when you go through the history of the different Edomite empires, from the Greeks to the Romans, all the way up to today with America, that's always been their major agenda. Okay, that's always been a part of their image, is to have a one world government, have all people come under this one government, man.
Yeah.
All right. When you go to the Maccabees, right? Let's jump there. Let's go to First Maccabees.
Put the buzzer, put that up too.
Ah, that's the spirit. Yup. Let's go to First Maccabees. We're gonna jump around a little bit, but you can hit the first key points with Alexander, and then the point about how evils were multiplied in the earth.
Yep.
So you go ahead and read that.
It's First Maccabees 1. It's First Maccabees 1 and 1. And it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Chittim, had smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes, that he reigned in his stead the force of Greece.
Right. So it said Alexander, right, reigned over Greece. Okay. Now you can go into secular history. You can go into the different museums. You can go on Google and look it up. All right. Alexander is reverenced highly in this society, man. Okay. He's basically worshipped and fancied as a god in this society, because this is the history of the Edomite Empire. Okay. And this is really what Esau Edom. Alexander is like the frontier of Esau Edom's power in the earth. Him obtaining the fatness of the earth. He's the kickstart of it, right? Now, jump down to 8. Jump down to 7, right?
Yeah, First Maccabees 1 and 7. So Alexander reigned 12 years and then died. And his servants bare rule every one in his place. And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them many years, and evils were multiplied in the earth.
See? So when this man started to rule in the earth, it says evils were multiplied in the earth, right? You can read 10. You had a precept?
Yeah, I had a precept.
Go ahead.
This is Proverbs 29 and 16. When the wicked are multiplied, transgression increases, but the righteous will see their fall.
Yup. And that's what we're waiting on, man. And that day is vastly approaching. Like the scriptures say, his sins have reached into heaven. All right. And so we're waiting on this man to be taken out of the way, as the Lord promised that he's going to do, man.
Yep.
He's going to take this man down.
In verse 10, First Maccabees 1 and 10, it said, "And there came out of them a wicked root, Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes, son of Antiochus the king, who had been in hostage in Rome, And he reigned in 137 years of the kingdom of the Greeks.
Right. So out of Alexander came Antiochus.
Yeah.
All right, which goes back to the Seleucid Empire. And you go into what's that? Daniel 8, Daniel 7, Daniel 8.
Yeah.
Right, it talks about the four notable ones, which that's Ptolemy, Seleucus, Lysimachus, and Cassandra, right? But the main two, even as you read through this whole chapter, which we're not gonna do, we're gonna get the main points. The main two is Ptolemy and Seleucus, okay? And they both were they both had Israelites in a heavy Hellenization, right? Under heavy Hellenization, man. Okay, they just had two different philosophies in doing so, all right? And Antiochus was looking to overthrow Ptolemy, all right? Go ahead, bro.
Keep going on that?
Yeah, you can read, read 11 and 12, and then we're going to jump.
All right, verse 11, First Maccabees 1 and 11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men, who persuaded many, saying, let us go up, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us.
Right, and that's the same thing you see today with this American system, how when our people go and register to vote,
yeah,
right, and they go to these polls, that's pretty much you making a covenant with the heathen, man. Okay, you're in an agreement with the heathen. You're in agreement with your enemy. Go ahead.
Yep. It said, in those days when they're out of Israel wicked men.
And these different leaders like Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, you know, even the ones that are past and gone, like Martin Luther King specifically, you know, he was a part of those wicked men today that was persuading you to go and make these covenants with the heathen. But the Lord say, learn not the way of the heathen. Okay? Go ahead.
It said, First Maccabees 1 and 11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men, who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. And for since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. So this device pleased them well. So
Jake being in agreement with the heathen, this is good. Like, that's what the heathen want. Like, hell yeah. So you gonna set it up to sell your people out and bring them to me? Shit, make my job easy. So that's what's been going on from generation to generation, and within the Edomites rulership, man. Even when you look at these actors and these ball players, these entertainers, what are they doing? They selling Jake out, all right, either with the content of what they're saying, what they're promoting, whether it be sodomy, adultery, you know, sorcery. They're selling Jake out, man, okay? And that is what pleases the elites. So we want to jump, right? Because he's going to get into the details, but we want to get to where
41.
Is it 41? Yup. That's it. Yup. Jump to 41. The water.
This First Maccabees 1:41. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people.
That all should be one people. Now, when you go on the back of the dollar bill, right?
Yeah.
Which we always bring this out. It say out of many one, right? Novos Ordo Seclorum, right? Which pretty much goes into a new world order. Okay, and then you see the pyramid with the all-seeing eye on there.
Yeah, it's a pyramid.
Right here. Yeah, right here where we speaking. Okay, we got the image of a pyramid right in front of us. Okay, so all of that that we see going on here today it's been going on. As the scriptures say, there's no new thing under the sun.
Yeah.
Okay? Keep going.
Yeah, First Maccabees, I'm gonna read 41 again. First Maccabees 1:41. Moreover, King Antiochus worked to his whole kingdom that all should be one people, and everyone should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed to the commandment of the king. You know, just like when 2020 was happening, they really didn't want to accept the what they call the beliefs, the religions exemption form. You know, some jobs wasn't really accepting that, man.
Yep.
You know, then it say, verse 43. Yeah, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion.
Yeah. So it say not only did the heathen, all right, because you gotta understand, during the Greek and the Roman Empire, all these other nations were slaves to the Esau, man. Okay, but the Israelites, it say they consented too. Go ahead.
Yeah, it say and sacrifice unto idols and profane the Sabbath.
Yep.
For the king had sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem in the cities of Judah that they should follow the strange laws of the land.
Yep. And jump down. Man, just keep reading till 50. Just keep reading straight through to 50. I ain't gonna even interrupt you. Go ahead.
Yeah. First Maccabees 1:45. And forbid burnt offerings and sacrifice and drink offerings.
You skipped 44.
I just no, I read that.
No, you read Salak.
Yeah.
Yep.
First Maccabees, I read 44 again.
Come.
First Maccabees, hey, 144.
Come.
144.
Come.
It said, for the king had sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and the cities of Judah that they should follow the strange laws of the land and forbid burnt offerings and sacrifice and drink offerings in the temple, and that they should profane the Sabbath and festival days and pollute the sanctuary and holy people, set up altars and groves and chapels of idols and sacrifice swine flesh and unclean beasts. 48. That they should also leave their children uncircumcised and make their souls abominable with all manner of uncleanness and profanation, to the end that they may forget the law and change all the ordinances.
To the end that they may forget the law and change all the ordinances, man. So this is the agenda. They want you to be disconnected from your power, because when we keep the law, statutes, and commandments of the Heavenly Father, it's pleasing and it shows our love for Him, and that energy is reciprocated. But when we don't, the Lord, He abandons us.
Right.
And allow these heathens to rule over us. They know that. They know that. They know our culture better than we do for the most part, outside of the small remnant that have been awakened to this truth. Hey, Esau Edom know you better than you. Okay? Go ahead.
Verse 50. And whosoever would not do according to the commandment of this king, he said he should die.
So now let's go. Now, whoever would not do the ordinances of the king, right, they should die, right? Yep. Now let's jump to Revelation 13 and verse, the point is in 15. You might start, just jump straight to verse 15 for time's sake.
It's Revelation 13 and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast.
And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. Who is this talking about? Esau Edom. Okay? Their image is going all the way back to Antiochus. All right, he want to make all people one. He want to make all people one through what? His philosophy. Through that transgression by wine. Yes, a lot of like bugs and shit over here.
Yeah, I don't know.
Something biting. Yeah. Yep. Be careful, because it's a spider. I seen a spider. Well, go ahead. Salaki, go ahead. Read that again.
Yeah, Revelation 13 and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, because that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
There it is.
Yeah.
See how that links right back up with First Maccabees 1 and 50? That if you would not worship the image of the beast, or if you would not do all these things, profane the Sabbath, basically be wicked. If you don't be wicked,
be like him.
Be like him, your ass gonna die, man. Okay, so what's a part of that image? This fourth industrial revolution, transhumanism, man and machine merging together. If you don't get down, then you're gonna be destroyed. You're gonna be casted out of society. All right, you don't want to take the mark of the beast. Okay, if you don't want to get uh, down with the digital programming, all right, which you see now, they deeming January 2024 gonna be the last day
Of the dollar.
of the dollar. All right. So what does that mean? A new world currency, man. You say something?
I mean, everything leads like what be going into this, and all roads lead to the big chip M.
That's it.
Cause we seeing everything going cashless and digital. You know, Fed now,
Yup.
the CBDC.
Yup.
So this what this talking about, man. Revelation 13 to 16. And I'm not giving out medical advice. They're talking about the RFID
Microchip.
Yeah, microchip, man.
Yup.
You know?
Yup. Hey, and then before we jump to 16, right? Okay, because we went into the word image already. So let's look at this. And let's prove how America is that same Roman Empire coming back, right? Because it said he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. The image is the Roman Empire, right? Which the Roman Empire came out of the Greek Empire, right? So everything that we just read about Antiochus, all right, it translated into the Roman Empire.
Yeah.
Now we're reading about the Roman Empire. The Roman Empire translates today into America. Okay? So you got that word, you got that article
Yeah, you want the
dealing with the, because the word image goes into likeness,
Yeah.
right? So let's deal with how the American Empire and the Roman Empire are alike. You know, you get that first one I sent you,
Okay.
or whichever one. They all
Same
thing, just giving different details.
Yeah. It said this on the enlightgo.org.
Mm-hmm.
It said the ideological similarities between Rome and the U.S. from the perspective of law and citizenship.
Yup. So dealing with the ideology of Rome and America, dealing with what? Citizenship.
Yeah. From the perspective of law and citizenship.
From the perspective of law and citizenship, right? Go ahead.
It said the resemblance between the ancient Roman Republic and America's political system is uncanny. America's advent of the executive executive,
judicial,
and legislative.
executive, judicial, and legislative.
Yep.
Those are the three branches of government in America, right?
Yep.
You got the executive branch, the judicial branch, and the legislative branch, right? Go ahead.
And it say branches were directly derived from the ancient Roman model.
Branches were directly derived from the ancient Roman what? Model. Yup. What does it say? Alma mater? What does it say?
It's like
What's that word?
it's a model.
Yeah, model. So there it is. It's telling you that so America's government is directly derived from the Roman model. Okay? It's a little bit, should be
It's some more.
some more. Go ahead.
It said the executive branch. In times of peace, the executive branch of the ancient Rome comprised two councils or consuls elected by Roman landowners for 1 year terms. It said at all times the executive branch also contained various bureaucrats who were in charge of arranging festivals and conducting census.
See? What did it say Antiochus did when we just read? He set up festivals, he set up feasts. You know what I'm saying? So when you deal with the holidays, they set that up purposely for you to go off, to keep you distracted. You know, and all that shit is tied to fables and pagan idol worship, man.
Yeah, like the selling if I'm saying that right.
Even this week that we're going into, Labor Day, you know, it's a festive time. Then we got the Halloween, the Thanksgiving, the Christmas, the New Year's, man. That's all sanctioned by the government. Go ahead, bro.
God. Then they say the same system was used in the USA.
That's why you get off for work, because it's deemed a national holiday. They want you to be festive, because now you're giving your energy to the left-hand side.
Yep. Yep. It said the same system was used in the USA, president and vice president, similar to the two consuls, and the government similar to the bureaucrats.
Yep.
Yep. It said legislative.
Yep.
Look, keep going there.
Yep.
It said the most. Can't say my words.
Take your
now.
time. It's all
The
good.
most influential members of the legislature and one were those in the Senate. The large body of elected land owners decided how state money was spent.
Do they not have a Senate now? Are they not making the same decisions on? Because the senators, when you're dealing with the election, those are the votes that matter.
Yep.
You know, the senators' votes.
Yep. Because I had a priest of going to the Senate. This is
Go ahead.
First Maccabees 1 and 15. It said, moreover, how they had made for themselves a Senate house, wherein 320 men sat in council daily.
You said you in First Maccabees
8 and 15.
8 and 15. Okay,
8 and 15.
you got it.
Okay. It said, moreover, how they had made for themselves a Senate house, wherein 320 men sat in council daily, consulting a way, always for the people, to the end that may be well ordered.
Yeah. See there? So the way that they set up these orders is they put together councils, all right, and they make decisions for you, right? The only difference in the Roman Empire and how it's done today is that they call it a democracy, and they they make you believe that you have the ability to dictate the decisions that they make in these councils.
Yeah. Yep. Then I'm gonna read 16. And that they committed their government to one man every year.
They committed that's a president.
Yeah. So it's what, every 4 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It said who ruled over all that country, and that all were obedient to that one, and that there was neither envy or emulation among them.
Yep.
So yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
Same concept. Same shit, different toilet, man. You go back to the article.
Yep. It said, going back to the legislator, it said, in the most, let me put these articles in the description box. It said the most
influential
members of the legislature and one was those in the Senate. These large body of elected landowners decided how state money was spent and what projects were viable for state funding. The Senate also took control of foreign policy, in particular. The many wars one was engaged in is expanding its territory. In this case, similarities are more than obvious.
Similarities are more than obvious.
The modern U.S. Senate, generally speaking, has the same role and rights as the ancient Romans.
So it's the same role that the Roman Empire had in their Senate is the same role that the Senate has in America today. Hey, America ain't nothing but Rome reloaded, man.
Yep.
That's the image. The image of the beast is the Roman Empire.
Then it say, even the name of this institution was not changed. By the way, today very often senators are nominated and elected as presidents, just like it was with the councils in Rome.
That's it, man.
Which we just read, First Maccabees 8 and 15.
That's it, man. Okay, now let's go back and read Revelation 13 and 15 again, and let's look up that word "speak," right? Because it said that the image is going to speak. Remember, Habakkuk say the vision is for an appointed time. In the end, it shall speak
and not lie.
Okay, but see, they speak in code. They don't want you to know what they're saying. They don't want you to be able to break down their system. Okay, it's all about secrecy. Remember the secret counsel of the wicked. Go ahead.
Revelation 13 and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You look up that word speak.
Come.
Strong's G 2980. Laleo. Laleo.
Lalayo. It say to utter a voice or emit a sound to speak.
Yeah, to utter a voice or what?
Or emit a sound.
Or admit a sound. Right? So now you got what we have is a certain sound. They have a certain sound. Their sound is appealing to the darkness, it's appealing to the wicked, man. Okay, our sound, the words of the Most High, because the image is a picture, but the image also has it's like a movie. You know, it got a picture, it's got a sound,
A reflection.
it's got a reflection, right? So they're speaking their image, and we're speaking the image of the Most High.
Yep.
Okay, which it's a total opposition. The image of the Most High and the image of the beast, they're adverse. But the image of the beast, Esau Edom's image, he's trying to set it up like the Most High as a, because again, a one world government is the whole plan, it's the whole agenda. But who ultimately is the Lord going to allow to have that? Jake, all right, under the house of David. Okay, there's going to be a one world government established in righteousness, not in the order, in the likeness of the image of Esau Edom, which is wicked.
Yeah, then it say the fifth definition. It said to use words in order to declare one's mind and disclose one's thought.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it, right? So when you go into that image that you see on the thumbnail, is Apostle Hart was saying, what do you see? You see that owl. Now, when you go into that word, parliament, right? Okay, because Apostle Hart brought it out. He said a parliament, you call a flock of owls is a parliament. So go to that part about that. What is a flock of owls?
I'll go to that part.
Yeah, go to that part.
Okay, group of owls. Okay.
Yep. What do you call a flock of owls?
Yeah, this from birdzilla.com. It said a group of owls is most commonly called a parliament. Less commonly a congress, stele or hooting, all of which are related to owl characteristics. It says speaking historically, most collective nouns of animals and birds can be traced back to books. Okay.
Yep. So the first part of it was the point. Read it again, and then get the word parliament in the etymology. Read that part again.
Yeah, a group of owls is most commonly called a parliament. You know, less commonly a congress, stele or hooting, all of which are related to owls. Characteristics.
So a flock of owls is called a parliament or a congress.
Yeah.
Now, when you get the word parliament in the etymology, what do it say? You wanna move around? The sun block, you can't see with the sun.
Yeah, I can.
You got it?
Yeah, I can do it. This is parliament from the online etymology dictionary. It's a formal conference, assembly, speaking, talk, to speak.
It say to speak. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted to get. To speak, right? So it's a parliament means to speak. So it's a council where they get together and they speak, and they speaking in code. That's why they use the owl, because the owl, when you now go to the characteristics or go to the characteristics of the owl.
All right. It say
see, nothing's by coincidence. They use basically left hand sorcery. They use symbolism, just like the Lord has given us this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding on the right hand side. You know, It's in code. It's in symbol. Only the elect can get it. He set it up on the left hand side for his elite. All right, for his side, ultimately to have a code. You know,
So they see, they do everything in silence.
yeah, they do everything in silence, man. Yup. Cause when you which he about to pull it up, it's gonna tell you how the owls move, and their number one skill is stealth. You know, and being unnoticed. Like you can't see it.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
It said a hooting of owls refers to the bird's distinctive vocalizations, which are often described as hoots or hooting calls. Interesting, a group of owls in flight is called silence. This is because of their ability to fly silently without creating much noise,
Right.
giving them a huge advantage which sneak up on their prey.
That's just Esau Edom. See? Deception. Giving him a huge advantage. Even the way it talks about the way that the feathers of the owl is made, they don't make no noise, man.
Yeah, they one of the most quiet birds when it comes to hunting.
Yup.
And they do what? They pretty much hunt at night.
They
'Cause
hunt at night.
They seen
In the dark.
in the dark.
Yup.
Same thing with Esau. Esau do all his shit. His agendas behind closed doors.
Right.
His secret councils.
Yup.
You know?
They nocturnal creatures. And it talk about how I can't think of the term what it's called, where their eyes they can make one eye look this way and the other eye look that way.
And cockeyed.
Not, but I mean it's a term, not necessarily cockeyed. It's like if you see it in there, it explain it. But pretty much they have elite vision. Elite vision, where they pretty much got, it's like they got a set of eyes, but they can use one eye to look over and look. You know what I'm saying? So that's like even with Esau Edom, when he get ready to do something, he'll have you looking over here at something else while his eyes on this. You know, pretty much like a diversion.
My phone over here, man.
So you never know what they're looking at, man. It's all good. We gonna get ready to wrap it up. Yup. You can't
Now it's done over here a little bit.
Okay. You can't pull up that other article, can you?
On the Wikipedia.
Yeah, the other about the Roman Empire and America. Where they talk about the slaves, the one that talk about the slaves, how they thrive off slavery.
Okay.
Yep. Lord will, we put the articles in the description box, and you can look into them yourself, man. But I just found it very resourceful information, which we know, our apostles and elders have taught us and went into these things, but again, the vision is only becoming clearer and clearer, as we press upon the return of our Lord, our King, Yahweh Shah. Go ahead, bro.
It said this from news.stanford.edu. It said many modern societies have borrowed some aspect in ancient Roman thought, but its shape and influence on the United States has been especially profound. The framers of the U.S. Constitution incorporated Romans' ideals about the separation of powers and the need for a Senate.
Yep, go ahead.
I'll read that again. It said the framers of the U.S. Constitution incorporated Romans' ideals about the separation of powers and the need for a Senate. Then it say the fluidity white columns decorated the neoclassical facade of many antebellum American plantation mansions
Yup.
mimic those on Roman's temple.
Yeah. So it's a the basically the architecture of American plantations
Yeah.
mimic those of the Romans.
Yeah.
So even the architecture, which we go into that all the time, because the White House ain't nothing but a big ass plantation, man. Okay, the White House ain't nothing but is built just like a plantation, man, and that's all it is. Go ahead.
It said the class also focused on slavery, another similarity between ancient Rome and America. Both were slave societies, holding significant holding significant proportion of their population in legal bondage. For most of human history, slavery was not seen as morally problematic. Keep going.
Yeah. Look, finish the last sentence, the last one.
It said, Winter was said during the lecture of the rise of anti-slavery ideas in the United States before the Civil War, that shift in human consciousness and understanding was so great that it's difficult for us to put ourselves in a moment before that time.
Yep. So when you deal with the whole society that America was built upon, it was built upon slave labor. The Roman Empire and the Greek, all that was built upon slave labor, man. Okay? But it's getting all the people under this umbrella, this government, okay, to where they pretty much are happy slaves. You know? That's the new thing now is they are happy slaves, man. So that's when you happy with how you being governed, that's praise, that's worship. Okay? So majority of Jakes and majority of people in the American society, they love it here. You know, they love the way that they're being governed because they are numb to the fact that they actually are slaves. Okay? So the culture that they've been given, especially Jake, all right, they rather have that than be an Israelite, man. Jake rather be an American. Like the nigga, what's his fucking name?
Charleston White.
Charleston White. You know, I ain't no Hebrew. You know, I'm a nigga. You know, like this new movement, niggas for Trump.
Niggas for Trump.
You know. So Jake threw out here, man, because they don't see the image. But see, it's like the Lord said, he that have an ear, let him hear. And it's not for everybody to know and to see the judgment that the Most High has playing out right before our eyes, man.
I got a precept.
Go ahead.
It's Exodus 21, and I'm going to start at 5. It say, and if the servant shall plainly say, I love my master, my wife, and my children, I would not go out free. Then his master shall bring him unto the judges. He shall also bring him to the door, or unto the doorpost. And his master shall bore his ear through with an oar, and he shall serve him forever.
That's it, man.
In the ditch of the oar.
That's what the McChip imp is.
You know?
The McChip imp is that oar. That's you declaring your servitude to this beast forever. That's what it is, man. So let's jump back to Revelation 13:16. You gonna say something, you go ahead.
I mean, you're going to what? Chai stigma. And the stigma of it, pretty much what it is, man. You know? In Revelation 13:16, so we know the ones that which the elect not gonna take the mark, and some of the elect members gonna be beheaded, but you refuse to bow down to the man's system, you know. Hey, you go, what it's a saying now, comply, die.
Yep.
You know, that's what we head into, man. With, you know, 2 Ezra 15th chapter, man, the prophecy is speaking. Right? You say sedition amongst man. And they talking about another shutdown come mid-September.
Yep. And then they already been making the bold statements. They've been telling you, like, You're not gonna be able to take part in this society. They was threatening you with the jail. You're not gonna be able. This is the new norm. You know, so how much more the mixed chip imps was gonna dictate your ability to buy and sell and your living conditions.
God. It say Revelation 13 and 16, and he causeth all the least, you know, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. The mark is Hawagma, you know, which is the chip. It said, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
Yep.
Then it say, here's wisdom. Let him that had understanding count the number of the beast.
Yep. And when you go, like when you went into it, remember when you go into that count the number, it means basically figure it out. Figure out his plan.
Yeah,
You know,
it say in the NOT, wisdom is needed here. Let the one with understanding solve the meaning of the number of the beast.
solve the so solve his plot, figure out his plan.
Yep.
Let the one with wisdom figure out what his image is, what his plan is, man.
With
Okay,
all that getting, get understanding.
with all I get understanding. Okay, which they telling you the number is 66. So it's telling you that the number is 666. But when you go into that 666, guess what? The universal product code. Okay, that's the universal product code. When you look at those barcodes on all your products, they equal out to 666, man. Okay.
Yeah, I want to get that word stigma. It said, mark, prick in, or brand upon the body. To ancient European usage, slaves and soldiers bore the name of the stamp of their masters or commanded branding or prick cut into their bodies to indicate what master or general they belonged to. And there were even some devoted who stamped themselves in this way with the token of their God.
So like it say in Joshua, man, that's gonna be you choosing when the MOTB is made mandatory. It's gonna be you choosing your master. Choose you this day whom ye shall serve.
Yep. Because like in ancient Rome, what Spartacus,
Yep.
they had that B on them to let them know what master they belong to, man. So this device, this RFID implantable grain of rice, is an indicator who you belong to. So you take that device, you're telling the Lord you belong to the devil, Esau Edom. And you're going to be part of the second death, which is what? Nuclear fire, man.
Yep.
Because the Lord gave us straight commandments not to take this man on device. So you're going to have some that give up and bow down and take it, and they're going to be part of the Lord and the nation.
Yep.
But the elect is not going to take it. Abu Waters that we are part of the elect numbers, man. You know?
I got a precept.
You got it.
This is 2nd Ezra 16, starting at 54. Behold, the Lord knoweth all the inventions of men, their imaginations, their thoughts, and their hearts, which spake, but the word, let the earth be made, and it was made.
Yeah.
Let the heaven be made, and it was created. In his word were the stars made, and he knoweth the number of them. He searcheth the deep and the treasures thereof, and he hath measured the sea and what it containeth. He hath shut the sea in the midst of the waters, and with his word he hath hanged the earth upon the waters. So with his word he has made everything known. Everything was created by his word, and everything was made known by his word. Esau Edom's plan, his plot is made known by the Lord's word. It says, he spreaded out the heavens like a vault. Upon the waters hath he founded it. In the desert hath he made springs of water and pools upon the tops of mountains, that the floods might pour down from the high rocks to water the earth. Here's the point. He made man and put his heart in the midst of his body. He made you, Esau Edom. The Most High made you. Like we went back to Job 35. No man asks, where is his maker?
Mm-hmm.
You know? And Esau Edom is the main man that ain't, he not accounting for the Most High making him who he is. All right? But the elect are being brought up on, or put up on game, man. Okay? through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, we know exactly what this man is plotting and what he's going to do. Because we understand what the Lord designed him to do. To be the wicked and come up with all these mischievous and evil works. And try to do it in secret. It says he made man and put his heart in the midst of the body and gave him breath, life, and understanding. Yea, and the spirit of the almighty power, which made all things and searches out all hidden things in the secrets of the earth. Surely he knoweth your inventions and what ye think in your hearts, even them that sin and would hide their sin.
This Esau. You got it.
Therefore hath the Lord exactly searched out all your works, and he will put you all to shame.
Yep.
So as your works are being exactly searched out, we clearly see what your image is. We clearly see what you about, E. You can't hide no more. You can't hide from the Lord's anointed. You can't hide from the Lord's elect. You might be able to hide from these peons, all right, who the Lord has given strong delusions and gave them over to astonishment of heart. You got it, huh?
Yeah, this Psalms 94 and 8. Understand, ye bruters among the people, and you fools, when will you be wise? He that planted the earth, shall he not hear? And he that formed the eye, shall he not see?
Yep, that's it. So, you know, either you got eyes to see and ears to hear, or the Lord has got a spiritual block on you, man. You know, you just an extra. You know, but so far as the protagonist and the antagonist, Jacob being the protagonist, Esau, Edom being the antagonist, really both sides know, you know. But the advantage is that the Lord still got Esau, Edom in the dark. Because it say what? The knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom.
Yep, like the brother posted on, the deceiver and the deceiver are his.
The deceived and the deceiver are his. Yep. So with that, you know, that's all we got. Lord will, you were edified. We're giving all praise, honor, glory once again to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Makatadas. All right. Kwam Yasharala, Abab Abal, Rise Israel, Destroy Confusion, Shalom, Love, Hey, peace to the elect, Shalom.